Commission for February 17, 2021 are called to order concurrently at 6:03 p.m. Pursuant to Executive Order N-25-20 and N-29-20, members of the Planning Commission and staff are participating in this meeting via video link, Zoom, and/or teleconference. This is not an in-person meeting. Members of the public may observe this meeting on the City of Hawthorne website or on YouTube. We will now have the Pledge of Allegiance, will be led by Commissioner Ryan Richard.
Thank you, Commissioner. Chairperson, so the right hand over your heart. Repeat after me. I pledge allegiance
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America,
United States of America,
and to the
to the
republic
republic
for which it stands,
stands
one nation,
one
under
under
God,
God,
under
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty
liberty
and
liberty and
justice
justice
for all.
for all.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary, will you please call the roll?
Yes, Chairperson Smith,
Present.
Vice Chairperson Alshanable,
Present.
Commissioner Ortiz,
Present.
Commissioner Caraveo,
Present.
Commissioner Richard.
present.
Oral communications. This is the time for oral communications. Because this meeting is not an in-person meeting, members of the public who wish to participate in the meeting were asked to participate by calling or emailing the Planning Department no later than 5:30 p.m. today, noting the item on which the member wants to speak. This information was provided on the agenda, posted in compliance with the Brown Act on Thursday, February 11th, 2021. At this time, if there were any messages left for oral communication, staff will either read the message on behalf of those individuals who wish to provide written comments for oral communication, or invite members of the public who wish to provide oral comments to speak through the Zoom application. Remarks, whether written or oral, are still limited to 3 minutes in duration. Staff, is there any participation from the public for oral communications? This is the time for the public to address the Planning Commission and the airport zoning.
There is no one here other than the one for the item.
The Planning Commission and Airport Zoning Commission consent calendar. There are no items. We'll recess the Airport Zoning Commission, Planning Commission consent calendar. Consideration of Planning Commission and Airport Zoning Commission minutes for the regular meeting of November 4, 2020. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of November the 4th?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, call for the vote, please.
Chairperson Smith,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson Alshanable,
Yes.
Commissioner Ortiz,
Yes.
Commissioner Caraveo,
I believe I was absent
Yes.
for
you were.
Oh,
Actually, yes,
actually,
Commissioner Ortiz and Commissioner Caraveo were both absent, so
Oh,
They
is that
should
the one?
abstain.
okay.
No, I think Commissioner Ortiz came just a little late to that one, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah, it's the last one that I was absent.
Yeah.
okay.
so if you were in attendance, Commissioner Ortiz, for most meetings, go ahead and participate. That's
Yeah.
fine.
And so Commissioner Caraveo, you're abstaining?
yes, I believe I was absent for that one.
Okay. And then Commissioner Richard.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with Commissioner Caraveo abstaining.
Thank you. Consideration of Planning Commission and Airport Zoning Commission minutes for the regular meeting of November 18, 2020.
Motion to approve?
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Motion to approve, and there's a second. Mr. Secretary, call for the vote, please.
Okay, so on this one, it looks to me that Vice Chairperson Alshanable, you are absent. And that's all I'm seeing. So everyone else was present. So for the vote, Chairperson Smith,
Yes,
Vice Chairperson Al-Shanable is abstaining. Commissioner Ortiz,
Yes.
Commissioner Caraveo,
Yes.
and Commissioner Richard.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with Vice Chairperson Al-Shanable abstaining.
thank you. Consideration of Planning Commission and Airport Zoning Commission minutes for the regular meeting of January 6, 2021. Is there a motion by anyone to approve?
I'll move to approve.
Is there a
A
second?
second.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Ortiz, you'll be abstaining on this one, correct?
Yes, I will.
For the roll call, Chairperson Smith,
Yes,
Vice Chairperson Al-Shanable,
Yes.
Commissioner Ortiz is abstaining, Commissioner Caraveo,
Yes.
and Commissioner Richard.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-0 with Commissioner Ortiz abstaining.
thank you. Continued public hearings. New public hearings. There are none. Recess the Planning Commission and call back to order the Airport Zoning Commission. Airport Zoning Commission consent calendar. There are no items. Airport Zoning Commission new or continued public hearings. There are no items. We now call back to order the Planning Commission concurrently with the Airport Zoning Commission. Non-public hearing items, no items. Administrative items, approval of building colors for HMC, section 17.30.010, 4422 West Imperial Highway, Hawthorne, California, Teddy's Red Taco. And Senior Planner Maria Maharik will please present it.
Good evening, Commissioners. Just want to check that everyone can see the screen and you can hear me.
Yes,
Yes.
Great. So I will be presenting the color consent applications for the proposed Teddy's Red Tacos that will be occupying the location at 4422 West Imperial Highway. And there we go. The location is right off of Imperial Highway and Hawthorne Boulevard. Right next door is the Starbucks right at that corner, just to orient you as to where it actually is. And it is zoned CR Regional Commercial. These are existing views of the location. It has always been a restaurant, and it was formerly a pupuseria, which the site has been vacant for a while now. And this is what it looks like at this point. These are the proposed colors on the building. They are the darker colors with the accent of a red. And the existing trim of the doors and the windows will remain black as it is now. So if you recall from the staff report, and I didn't add those photos here, Teddy's Red Tacos utilizes the darker colors for the buildings that he does occupy. And it's pretty much his branding. And the red is also the branding of this particular business. And with that, Commissioners, we do recommend that the Commission approve the proposed color palette as it is proposed, unless otherwise you prefer something a little bit different, a little lighter, if that is the case. And we do require the applicant to use graffiti resistant paint or a coating, and they are aware of that fact. And with that, I conclude my staff report. If you have any questions of myself or the applicant who is present.
yeah, I have a question. Can you go back to the color scheme again?
This one right here?
Yeah,
Yes.
looking at the photo,
Mm-hmm.
that looks like that is a light gray. And then the window trim is black, of course, and the door.
Right.
and then the red, kind of an accent. But when I drive by that, the whole building looks the same color as the trim. Am I missing something?
Wait, it's, as far as I know, it's been painted. We'll ask the applicant. The last time I saw the building, it was still yellow, or this
Well,
lighter color.
I saw it at about 4 o'clock this evening as I drove
Ah.
by on my way home from work.
Okay, okay. Well, it's been a few weeks since I went by there, so we can ask the applicant if it has already been painted. I was not aware that it had been.
Yeah,
Go
It's
ahead.
been painted for a while, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, I am, my mother owns the building. Well, when I submitted the application, it had not been painted.
Right.
The tenant decided that he needed to open as soon as possible, and his branding is something very important to him. So he did go on and painted the building after I advised him not to.
Okay.
But it's not complete yet, the painting.
It does look like the red trimming and the gray. I mean, it is completed as far as painting the building. Yes.
If I may, through the chair, did he actually use the darker shade of gray or the same as we see here?
Well, I did this myself. This picture that you're seeing on the screen, I try to get it as close as possible with the color, but it is the base color is a limousine leather color that is showing on the bottom.
Mm.
Okay.
Commissioners, if I may, a lot of times when we do receive the renderings, this is why staff always requests the name and brand of the paint, because the renderings don't often show precisely the color that it's going to be, but the swatches do, and that's why they are here.
Yeah, those are the colors. I did go on there. I believe it's Burr, the name of the
Yes.
and I did get those colors off the website. So those are the actual colors and name of the paint.
Okay. I just felt that what is reflecting on the photo, that shade of gray looks really nice with the red and the black trim. But maybe I'm just not seeing it in the right light or something, but it
I
just
don't
seems
know.
to
I
be
don't know. Excuse me. I don't know if you guys the Kentucky Fried Chicken that's almost across the corner from. I mean, not across, but around the corner from.
Right. Yeah.
These two colors, with the exception of I guess a white, but it's practically the same colors that Teddy's Red Taco is asking to be approved.
Because I've seen numerous buildings in Hawthorne recently have been painted, and they say it's a charcoal color, but it's an awfully dark charcoal color. When you first look at it, it almost looks black. But you know, if this is the colors and staff is approving it, I'm okay with it.
And through the chair, as I mentioned, it is your prerogative to, or your decision, I should say, if you'd like to see something different or if this is acceptable to you.
Through the chair,
Sure.
if you'd like to continue this item, we could go out. I could send code enforcement out there to take some pictures, or Maria,
Yes.
we can bring those back to you so you can actually see what was painted, even though it wasn't authorized yet. I'm not going to, since you are in the planning commission and you paid the fees to go in front of DRB, I won't initiate any citation, but we can take actual photos and bring it back to you for your review at the next planning commission if you want to continue this item as an option.
Yeah, I don't know about the rest of the commissioners, but I would be satisfied with that. Continue it.
I mean, if I may, through the chair, in general, I don't like to stifle individuality. So if it's a branding, I would be okay with it. But I'm not appreciative of the fact that it was done prior to approval. That's what I have a little bit of a problem with. And the other question is, Maria, would the applicant be the owner or the renter?
The applicant, Mr. He is the owner of the property.
Yes.
So right, he's the owner of the property. The restaurant is leasing his property.
So it's not the leasee that has to apply?
The owner can apply for the leasee.
Okay. Thank
So,
you.
through the chair, I don't really have a problem with the colors. I have a bit of a issue with the amount of the dark color. Just seeing that there is no contrast, like no landscaping in front, or some of the examples that you had shown from other locations that I guess that the applicant has. They have the dark color, but they also balance it with a little bit more red, or they balance it with like wood on the elevations, which creates a balance as opposed to this building, which is primarily plaster, and very little red. So there's no higher landscaping in front of the building that will provide a balance. So I know we can't get into, I don't know if we could get into a recommendation of having him create some higher landscaping to balance, or provide a base color similar to what he had in some of the other locations, which is like a wood color or something, or a cladding or something like that. We could wait. I'm okay also with continuing it, but if it looks really dark, I think those would still be my same concerns.
Through the chair, we can absolutely continue it. I can have further conversations with the property owner as to how they can break up the darkness of this building with possibly other materials, or lighten the color, or add another color to offset it somewhat.
I think the
Okay.
applicant has something to say.
Yeah. The rendering obviously does not show anything else. Landscaping, currently there is no landscaping on it, but the Teddy's Red Taco is the owner. One of the reasons why we didn't do anything else was because Maria had advised us about not submitting the application for the outdoor dining. So part of the plan is actually putting tables outside, if obviously with the permission of the city, for outside dining, and obviously there will be some landscaping done at that point.
Okay, yeah, I mean, again, my motion is to continue, and that'll give some time to take a look at it or see the pictures when they come back.
Just through the chair, it's a clarifying question. I know Commissioner Ortiz asked if we would be able to, add conditions at a certain point, or after we saw the building. Is that something we have leeway to do at this point, seeing as the building's already been painted, or how would that work moving forward?
Melissa, can you comment? I
Want me to
believe
answer
we,
that one?
Yes,
yeah, I
please.
believe we are here for colors only, but I'll let the
Right.
attorney.
So we're limited to looking at the colors and making recommendations on colors, exterior colors. We can't add any conditions. Remember, this is not a public hearing and it's not a discretionary permit like a CUP. So we can always suggest things, and that happens quite often where planning commissioners will suggest to the applicant, but in terms of putting it as part of a condition of approval, that's not something that we'd be able to do. If
Okay.
the applicant's willing to do it, if we suggest and they're willing, that can happen. That's perfectly fine.
Got it. Well, in that case, I don't know if this is just depends on how the other commissioners feel. If you guys really want to get more pictures, but otherwise, I think it would be more expedient for us and for the applicant to just make our suggestions now and approve the project as it is. If it's not something we can change, we might as well make our suggestions. If the applicant does it, the applicant doesn't. If not, then we are where we are.
So at this time, I'm hearing, I'm sorry, Commissioner Caraveo, would you like to speak?
Yes. Yeah, I agree with some of the commissioners on continue it, so at least so that way we can see a better idea on how it looks compared to the rendering, because it sounds like the rendering isn't 100% accurate. Although they did paint it without permits, maybe now we can actually see what it will look like. I do agree that since it is a part of the branding, that we might not have as much say on making changes to the colors, but adding a little bit more red or adding to the facade may make it look even better. But I would agree with seeing actual pictures of the site would help in our decision making.
So do we have a motion to continue to the next meeting?
I think Commissioner Ortiz made the motion to continue.
Right.
Yes.
I'll
And
second.
you second it? Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Secretary, call for the vote.
So the motion is to continue this item to the next scheduled Planning Commission meeting. Chairperson Smith,
Yes.
Vice Chairperson El Shanable,
Yes.
Commissioner Ortiz,
Yes.
Commissioner Caraveo,
Yes.
and Commissioner Richard.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Is just to clarify, is staff directed to bring back additional photos for the planning commission then? That's part of the purpose of the continuance. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
As existing.
And can we also see if the tenant can come to the meeting as well?
Yes,
we can
I
ask-
will.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I will speak to the property owner so that we make sure that the tenant could attend at the next meeting.
But he's not the applicant, is he?
No,
So
the property owner is the authorized agent for the business owner. If that makes sense. So the applicant, yes, the business owner, but the property owner is the authorized agent to speak for the business owner.
Also, I'd like to suggest that anytime we have a proposed paint scheme brought forth, when they say this is their branding, if we would have them present also 2 or 3 photos of their other properties that have the same, paint scheme, because
It
that
did-
is their branding.
Did they-
Right down the street from this one is just south of it is the Kentucky Fried Chicken place, and we approved their paint scheme, and it looks very nice. And some of the other places that we have approved over the years, their branding, but they showed pictures of one of their other buildings, locations, and then you get a really good idea that, oh yes, that is their branding. And
They did, Mr. Smith. They did, Mr. Smith. I think they shared 2 other pictures of existing locations.
not on this one.
Yeah, I'm through the chair. It's in the staff report.
Oh, it is. I had trouble printing out the staff report.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
Ria, could you email me that tomorrow?
Of course, I will do so.
Appreciate it. Okay, next item. Items to be placed on future agendas. Pre-agenda for the meeting on March 3rd, 2021. And we'll have minutes of October 21st, 2020, and the minutes of February the 3rd, 2021. That should bring us pretty close to being caught up with all the minutes, and I'm believing. Okay. So we'll now move to commissioner reports. Do any of the commissioners have a report?
I just had a question before we move on. Just as a question of staff. Overall, I want to know, is there a way or possibility that we can get copies of past staff reports? Particularly, I was looking for one regarding like some of our RENA stuff that we went over, just to kind of refresh memory.
Sure. So we'd like to see if we have any past staff reports concerning the RENA allocation.
Yeah, we had a report where we all went over how our RENA allocation worked and what we were required to do and versus the next plan that we were supposed to put together. So I just wanted to see if I could get a copy of that report again, just to go over some of the numbers myself.
Sure. Melissa, did this happen before my arrival? Maybe wonder.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was Sherry who did a presentation on it, is what I recall. So
Okay.
We can ask Nicole to pull that for us, and we can have that sent to you.
Sure.
Perfect.
Okay. We'll send it to everyone.
Yeah, we'll send it to everyone.
Any other commissioner want to give a report on anything? No?
I want to go. Just wanted to say happy Black Friday. Well, not Black Friday, Black History Month. Wish it was Black Friday. And then also, hopefully everybody enjoyed their Valentine's Day weekend. And thank you to staff for providing the updated reports with the future agenda items, and for updating us and updating the minutes as well.
Anyone else? I have something I would like to say. First of all, I want to thank the commissioners for all of you being here tonight. It really makes it easier when we have everybody here. But I had a really wonderful Valentine weekend also, because 2 days before that, I got married.
Oh, congratulations.
Wow.
What? Congratulations.
Oh, wow.
I
Who's
have
the lucky lady?
I have found
Right?
a
You're gonna
very,
have to
very,
tell us more after
Right.
saying that.
Obviously, we need details now.
I found me a very, very wonderful young lady. And hold on, and I think I might have a photo here that I can show you. This was taken, see if I can get this to show. This was taken in front of my house.
You look wonderful together.
This
Yes.
was taken
Oh,
about a month ago, I guess, yeah. So anyway,
Oh,
we
wow.
went to the courthouse in Laguna Hills and on the 21st and got married, so. A new part of my life.
Congratulations.
chapter.
I'm so happy
Yes.
for you, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Commissioner Smith.
Great news.
Right?
Planning commission.
Yeah, Commissioner Smith, I'm only disappointed you didn't tell me earlier so we could have arranged a bachelor party for you.
Right.
Problem
It's
is
just
you
because of
can't get
COVID.
Together like that now. Anyway, so if isn't anything further from the commissioners.
I
and-
have one comment, Commissioner Smith. So there is the Foot Locker on the corner of Rosecrans and Hawthorne Boulevard
Mm.
that has painted the building. And so I believe they owe us a application, right, for that? Or is that something different?
We approved
Huh?
that one already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was it
That was
approved?
approved.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. And so, and then I sent you, Maria, a comment about an email about the mechanical units on that building. They're pretty prominent. They're just surrounded by, it's just like vertical fence around them. So it looks pretty terrible, and I believe there's something in the code about providing mechanical screens.
Yes, I see it.
So if we could look into that, I mean, if that's an attempt, it seems more like a security item, that fence that's around those units. But it really should be a screen because that fence looks pretty terrible, and it's in a pretty prominent location.
Okay, I'm forwarding this on to Greg also so he can see what you mean.
But aside from that, yes, happy Valentine's to everyone, and good to be back.
I mean, if I may, I wasn't going to say anything before, but now, Mr. Chairperson, I just want to say congratulations, and I absolutely adore your youthfulness. I hope I grow up to be as young as you are. Yes,
Thank you.
take care.
Thank you really very much.
You're welcome.
So if there isn't anything further from the commissioners, these meetings will be adjourned at 6:35 p.m. Okay, thank you very much.
Take care.
Thank you. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Congratulations.